This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe, and let's get right into the news. Well, first and foremost, before we get into the news, let's talk about this Jim Jones freestyle. It was really bad. I don't care about anybody trying to cut Jim Jones slack for, the guy, point blank period, he's trying to bring it back to the streets again, too. And he's like, my homie's got the switches and I put them billies on the jet. It's like, dude, your friends just got indicted and got football numbers for being Billy. Okay, so what are you talking about, man? Like, no growth, man. Like Jim Jones dropped a great album. What was that? 2020. And he deserves all the accolades he got for that. And Jim Jones has given us anthems every few years, right? I'm not taking anything away from Jim Jones. I think he's dude, this is a guy who was Cameron's hype man in the 90s and was was basically like assisting Cameron for years in the early 2000s and turned that into a rap career. I mean, come on. That's it's pretty amazing, okay? That takes a lot of ambition. But what comes with Jim Jones is an incredible inflated ego, too. So, it is what it is. But anyways, let's get into this. 50 Cent, as you know, an ex-employee caught embezzling money, about $7 million, okay? This was a guy that worked for a liquor company, and he was like an in-between guy for Sire Spirits, right, which distributes... I guess he facilitated a lot of like deals with liquor stores. You got your distribution network has to be great. So he would tack on some money to each box, right? And over the years, it accumulated to be about $7 million, bro. So he wants that money back. 50 is not looking to let Green escape from paying back the money. Push back and challenge the bankruptcy ruling. He's ordered to pay $6 million. Fiduciary adjustment ordered to pay $6 million bucks. We'll see. Then I guess the other money is tacked on for legal fees. Sorry, I was thinking about something. I got to talk about that Kuda B and Whack 100 thing last night. I forgot to talk about that. I totally forgot about that. Quando Rondo, he's being bro, this shows you he wasn't making that much money off of music. I mean, this just shows you, okay? He was still operating Rolling 60's in Savannah. And he had ops, he was allegedly facilitating drug deals, ops, telling people to get blickies because they see the ops. I mean, he was actually a gang leader in Savannah, right? And everyone was like, oh, no, he's making mad money. Da, da, da. Nah, no, he wasn't. He wasn't making a ton of money off music. He was probably trying to be independent of asking NBA Youngboy for anything and making his own money in his own way, and it is what it is. I mean, I don't respect the violence, respect the hustle, like, and not wanting to ask anybody for anything, but I don't know. He's good. He's about to do some time. This isn't like, I'll be right. This was quiet, too. It wasn't, he kind of like just turned himself in. It wasn't a big scene, though, like it wasn't like a RICO indictment handed down. Like, they executed search warrants after he turned himself in. Which is probably smart on his part because he didn't want to like disrupt his family too much. I'll give him that. But he's going to do some time behind that. We'll see how strong their case is, though. It seems like they've been investigating him. I bet you they're going to upgrade his case and charges soon. Young Thug asks Kanye, says Kanye answered the phone. I don't think Kanye's going to answer a jail call. But Young Thug's is... let's see what his album... I'm very interested to see what his album does. What it gonna do? $80K? That's pretty good. Oh yeah, Finesse 2 times is open to working with. He's open to working with Gunna as long as he has good intentions. That's what he said. This whole like plea deal thing is interesting. Like, it looks like Unfunk was willing to like take the stand and throw it all away because his paperwork got leaked. Gunna, we haven't seen that paperwork. We've just seen him denouncing YSL as a gang or something, you know. We'll see what happens. Oh my gosh, this is probably the worst thing I've seen for a while. So, BT is pretty bad, okay? It's almost like, why do people show up to these events like BET Awards? They're so overly produced, and it's almost like they can't read the culture at all. They're like, oh, let's give... They're on this wave now. Like, let's give the girls that are dating rappers a chance. And, like, they make them do freestyles, right? That's, like, one section of... The BET Awards is probably one of the worst award shows ever. It has to be. It's like the Source Awards, but with security. Look it. This is her freestyle. She got some bars off.
Wait, how could you do that when I needed you? All we've been through, fuck it, she ain't better than this blunt that I just blew.
Trash bars. Tori Brixx, and then she's talking about her, you know, she's talking about Rich the Kid cheating on her. But then this is why she stays with him.
You ain't better than being in my bag than I can do. But I still pick up when you hit my line, cause who do I run to?
Who do I run to? This is like, you know, Jim Jones going, yeah, what do you go to Arby's and McDonald's and a Big Mac? I'll come through with a Big Mac. So trash. Yo, I could tell somebody's helping Jim Jones write bars because these bars were trash. It was quick. It was so quick. I give him credit for responding, period, because you're about to get the floor wiped. There's too much to work with Jim Jones. Chrissy, him proposing to him, all the Chrissy drama, the Max B stuff, Cameron denouncing him. Cameron still doesn't really mess with... Jim Jones is steady taking shots at Cameron on the low. If you can't see that, you're blind, you know? He always feels left out. He feels left out of the Jay-Z Rock deal. He did a deal with Rock Nation. They didn't do anything for him. They don't care. He steady's doing bad deals for himself. He should have done a deal with Ghazi and just stayed in business with... I'm sure he did, you know, eventually. But he should just stick with that. Be independent. Stop chasing the fame, you know? Like Jim Jones, I thought he was going to really embrace that independent bag at one point because he would have really just dominated that. But then he's like, oh, remember when he was doing like Quarantine Studios? That was already a thing. He just labeled it something. People already had done sessions at home, and what was it? Logic or one of those things had a program in there where your engineer could like mix the song down like remotely. I don't know. I give Jim Jones credit. He tries to do a lot of hustles. He just doesn't execute 100% all the time, but it's okay. I like Jim Jones, so don't get me wrong. It's just like I'm critical of Jim Jones because he's so egotistical about everything, and he talks. It has to be fact checked. This is a guy that has to be fact checked. I'm serious. It's just crazy. This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Peace.